So I'm gonna start just throwing in some greens here on my palette. Something a little dark, we'll have something a little bright. Start with this, and we'll pull some yellow, lemon yellow. I should wet these down. When it's the tube paints, it just takes more water to really get them the consistency that I like. I know we're going to be doing, just throw everything water. Just throw it all in there. It'll dry again. Buff titanium, I rarely use it. I have it, it's this right here. And it's really good for when you want to really have a muted tone to some of these pinks and whatnot. Very handy. All right, anyway, since we have this one activated, I'm going to just go ahead and start laying in some simple leaves. Now, this is the first time I'm using this paper, and that right there was not a good feeling. The way it drags on it, I'm not sure I'm liking that, but we'll see. I'm just gonna kind of here and there. It could just be something I have to get used to. Yeah, I'm not liking the way that it's laying on this paper. Oh, that's a shame. I was so excited about this one, only because I'd seen some reviews on it, and they were so promising. But I'll tell you right off the bat, as soon as I laid my brush down, I could tell there's a drag, and I do not like the drag. But we'll see how it goes. And like I said, you can get used to just about anything. So we'll see. I'll just have to have extra water, but I don't want my paint too thin. So let's just go in with a thicker mixture here and see if that helps. We will test it out. All right, I was waiting on that lemon yellow. Now I'll get some sap green. I really want to change these colors up as much as possible, whenever possible. And I'm just gonna be interspersing, is that a word? Interspersing different kinds of leaves in here. So I started with this particular shape, so I'm just kind of putting them in here somewhat, what I consider somewhat evenly. But it's just a foundational. See, now maybe it's just a matter of getting used to, because no, I don't like the way it drags. I'll just say it. So I'm not going to put it in the description because I don't think I'm going to be able to stand behind this one just yet. Really feel the drag. Something that holds a lot of water. Because with the synthetic, it's just not doing what I had hoped. I'm nervous. Okay, that's not bad. Of course, I can tell by this brush that it has a little bit of, at the point, it's a little curved. Just putting a little twiggy thing in here. trying to keep the whole thing in my vision so I can look at it as a whole and just kind of know as I'm going around. That's when you can see your balance. If you're looking at the whole thing, I mean, you want to focus where you're at, clearly, but at the same time, it's helpful to try to see the whole thing every time you lift your eyes. So like, for example, this, heavier, so I'm starting at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to do real light in here. There we go. All right, and we're just going to do something. These could be really fun, doing these kind of little wreaths. And then if you want, you know, to put something in there that just has a little saying or something on the inside, they can just be fun to just kind of just build. I'm using a brush that's too big for what I'm doing, and I'm okay with it. It's Saturday. Dogs are chill. They really get bored sometimes waiting on me to finish whatever it is I'm doing, which is usually painting or working in the office. One day when I retire, they won't have to wait as long to get my attention as much as they seem to need it. They're like little kids. My fur babies. I don't know if you have dogs, but any pets really, you'll understand. There's times when I think, gosh, if I didn't have pets, you know, I used to travel a lot and I would just go. I would literally just throw stuff in the trunk of my car and go. And now it just takes a lot of planning because I hate leaving them when they are so used to me being around all the time. Because I work from home and because I live alone, and it's just like, you know they always have me when they need me. 4th of July, I always worried with the fireworks and things, but they know if they're right there next to me, they're safe, and I don't know, it just makes me feel good. And the place I take them to board is wonderful, but they have their own little bedrooms and everything, and they can stay together and they have separate runs. It's wonderful. But at the same time, the little beagle that I have, he is such a mama's boy that the separation anxiety is terrible. So I really have a hard time leaving him in particular. So as you see here, we are just putting in these little leaves, and the wonderful being able to turn this way. Still not sure I'm liking this paper, but I'm thinking already of what I'm going to be putting in next. Some of these kind of got a little crazy. And I really want some dark greens, so I know I'm going to be working with that. And this one to this one, I think I'm going to go over like so, and then try to maintain some kind of a leaf shape with the wrong paintbrush. I don't worry too much about like the green going over the brown and that kind of thing. It'll all kind of come together. The hard part for me is to stop and not do too much. You just got to kind of know when it's enough. It's just one of those things kind of thing. So with this one, let's do something kind of like, see how nice, and when it goes thin, it's fine. Something kind of fur-like. So just kind of very small, needly. Yeah, like that. So we can do something like this. And I would probably, to be honest, want to have one coming here as well. This is where being able to turn really makes a difference. Okay. This is the brush that came in that Mia Liang palette that I tried, and I just happened to have it, so I was using it, and I've kind of gotten used to it, and it's not bad. And it just kind of came with that set. So I'm kind of happy about it. Go this way. A little bit of a larger one. I think because it's got a pretty nice little tip. I say that, and then I'm gonna do that. Oh well. Great until I started singing its praises, and then just kind of, all right, this is slow going, but it will be worth it. Let's do kind of the same thing here, because I'm kind of liking the space in betweens, and this goes well over those little twigs. This one I'm just going to do a little bitty here. Your instincts are your own, so sometimes just listen to what your gut's telling you, and if you consider it a mistake, and I can't believe I did that, that's fine too. I mean, you know, that's part of the learning process, is not putting your hand in wet paint. That's part of it, but that's okay. All right, let's go back out again this way. I think I just need to really be slow with these little tiny strokes here. It will do much better. Definitely gonna go this way on this. I might do two on here. I gotta be careful because I know that's wet. I could dry it, but that blow dryer or the heat gun is loud, and it's finally quiet and calm in my house again. The dogs are done playing with toys, and we've been running around, which they love. What is it about dogs and when they have a ball and they want you to throw it, but they won't give it to you? He brings it to me so I can throw it for him, so I'll go to get the ball and he will take it. And I'm like, if you don't leave it there, I'm not going to be able to pick it up and throw it. But he does it all the time. I don't know what's up with that. This one's getting 3. He does it all the time. See, this one I kind of made it look like it's coming from behind. That's cool. All right, a couple more. Got, I think, gonna go. Right alongside that. We'll end up doing some little red berries with these. Red always looks good with these little wreath shapes. Let's see, why does it do that? Brush. The tip is not holding up for me. literally have to be really slow for these to really be clean and defined. And I'm trying to maintain that balance. So when you're moving around, you want to try to just, like I said, just keep looking at what you're doing. Figure out where would be the next place you would put this. And I think right there for this one. These guys really are taking a long time to dry. Then right in here, and then we'll go to another kind of leaf. Let's do, I think I'm going to double up on that, and then I will come over here. Okay, that's the plan. So it is Saturday afternoon. It's really hot outside, and I wish I lived in my old neighborhood. I had sidewalks, you know, with grassy areas on either side, so I could take the dogs for a walk. Here, it's so much harder because there's no sidewalks. The asphalt gets so hot, and I can't always guarantee there's a grass for them to get into while we're walking. So it just, because of the way the houses are, it makes it so frustrating, because I know they would love to go on walks. And that one, my little dachshund, he in particular is so good on a leash. He walks like he's the king of the world when he's on a leash. I just love it. The beagle, not so much. All right, there we go. Feel a little void over here, so I'm going to go just a little tiny curve in here. Won't take much. We'll just do a viney kind of. Yeah. Longer. Just kind of lends itself to having that color now interspersed in there. Something a little different. Gives us a little bit more freedom for filling. Okay. And I'm going to go this way. I hope you're doing this along with me, because it is, oops, I almost stuck that in the wrong color. It is a lot of fun to just kind of, it's so relaxing to just kind of go with it and, you know, fill in your space. That color really helped give it some balance here. This can be a lot looser, so I can come this way with it. Let me know in the comments if you like doing this kind of stuff, and if you don't, tell me what kind of stuff you do like to do. I mean, I've got such a wide range of possibilities with regard to things I've done in the past, things I want to learn to do. And I don't typically shy away from something new, which is why I do pastels and acrylics and charcoal and you know, dotting with those kind of acrylics. And you know, I just have a lot of things that I've tried in the past that I really like. And you know, I've done animals, I've done portraits, and you know, I'm always looking for ideas. I always do my best work when someone challenges me with a portrait or something. I just did a black and white, a couple for their anniversary. They wanted a portrait done of a picture they had, a black and white picture. So I did it in black and white in acrylic, really big. And it scared me to death. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's so important. You know, it's got to be just right. And, you know, but I didn't cave. I agreed to do it, and it came out wonderful. I was really pleased that I didn't shy away from it. So sometimes when you challenge yourself and you just say, you know what's the worst that can happen? It doesn't come out, they don't like it, you know, whatever. And there's just, you know, you're just gonna have to push yourself. Sometimes you just got to push yourself, because most of the time when you do that, you are going to find that you can do better than you think you can. We're always our worst critics, right? So at least I know I am. I've always been that way, where I will just, you know, I'm real bad about tooting my own horn, because I make that terrible mistake of comparing my work to what others have done and thinking, gosh, if I could only be that good. But at some point, and the older you get, it becomes easier, you learn to find the joy in the process itself. And when you do that, it just becomes more of something you get lost in, versus that you're trying to compete with somebody. Because we do that. We all do it. At some point, we just try to, you know, we don't want to start singing because our friend is really good at singing. You know, it's just like you give up on something before you even try it, because somebody else you think is doing it better or doing it already or whatever it is. You know, you just got to kind of give yourself a break and just try. So, gosh, I sound like mom. I am a mom, so, but sometimes I really sound like a mom, and I don't care. I think that's a good thing. All right, how are we looking? I think we're going along very well. Some of these I want to come across this way. I'll just do this. Little one there. That's right. Okay, and then I don't know if you can hear my dog. There's nothing like a beagle for barking. We've had bears in the area. I don't know what the heck is going on. Maybe because of the heat. I don't know. It's out there, Barley. What is it? Very vocal, that one. I'm liking these little leaves. Longer, make them more distinctive than the little limey yellow ones. There we go. Okay. this way. Right here. All right, one more. And this one, likewise, is coming here. These have mostly gone towards the outside. I might want to think about putting some where they're coming in this inside part of this. Let's do it. Yeah, like here. I really didn't need it. We can always fill in again when we get closer to feeling like we've got a nice shape going. We can add some more twigs or, like I said, the berries, and just stick leaves in, just to get that fullness, that feeling of fullness. Right now we're looking pretty balanced. We haven't put any flowers in yet. I'm gonna do just like that. This doesn't have to be real. I don't know what kind of flower that would be, but we'll connect it to little green stems. The tip of this brush, when they start to curl like that, it's very frustrating. I got things beeping all over my house right now. I don't know what's going on. It's probably the cameras. I don't know if my dogs are out there, or the one of them's at my feet because it's so close to their feeding time. He's decided it is, and he'll start heavy breathing, and you might hear him in a minute. He does a heavy breathing. We'll go this way so we can, this all looks dry. We can avoid that. Gosh, these still look kind of wet to me. Right there. And I can put one right there. The curl on this brush is gonna make me crazy. That's my own fault. I could run outside, and it's just like down the porch, couple stairs, studio. But I know as soon as I start going out there, the dogs are gonna chase me. They're gonna think we're going in. They're gonna go in there, and then I'm gonna have to drag them back out because they got all kinds of stuff in there. Toy basket, their food, some food anyway. Okay, all right, that feels pretty balanced. Let's get some stems on those, and with those I'm going to use that darker green. I'm just going to pull those in gently. it's too thin. Sometimes it's just hidden. Trying to think of what else to put in here. Something very, maybe something. I kind of went past the point of the berries by putting in this little purple flower, but we still can, and it doesn't even have to be berries. I'll show you what I mean. Sometimes just a little tri-dot something. Okay, I went all the way around. Sometimes they're going to be behind, sometimes they're going to be in front. This is a filler color. You see the balance that I'm trying to achieve here with this yellow flower. Trying to get it where it's kind of giving a, this is where balance starts to get more difficult, because now we've got quite a few things on there that are already working. We don't want to disturb them too much. But at the same time, I'm loving this color. Heavy breathing has commenced with the dog. Got too thick already. Go behind. Go in front. Tricky. This one is tricky. Okay. I wish you could show me yours if you're doing these along with me. It would be fun to see, because everybody's going to be a little bit different. Their placement, their colors. Kind of makes it fun painting with other people, because then you have all of that variation that you can look at and just admire each other's ideas. And when I'm talking that, I'm going like this. Wow, I really need to get that right consistency. Very, very pale in my eyes. I know I wet these paints ahead of time, but like I said, it's harder to get them the consistency that would be relatively easy to get with pan paints versus tube paints. And see what I mean about keeping these in little triads. Okay, we're getting better now. And I'm particularly trying to keep them near the little fur-looking ones. Near the base of those. Color just kind of all works together. Some smaller, some bigger. This is proof that you could work with the worst material tools. This brush. Because the sketchbook, like I said, the paper is not what... I also bought a Light Wish, so I'm real curious now, because everyone says that the Light Wish the paper is really good. So I'm really anxious to try that too. But I couldn't remember what I'd heard about this one. I just knew I wouldn't have purchased it because I always check the reviews. And a lot of them, because I want to see, you know, the most honest reviews are the best, obviously. Not just, oh, it works great, you know, that doesn't tell me anything. So I really kind of, with this particular watercolor book, I really checked those reviews. And it could be that, you know, with my particular brush and, you know, just this, some kind of the combination of the things I'm using, maybe that's all it was. But I will definitely find out because I have a lot of stuff to do with a sketchbook. I just finished that one, my little one of my little ones. I've got like 5. I bought them all together. I got so excited when I found one that I bought a bunch of them. There we go. There's our little reds. Yeah, I'm liking those reds. And the last thing I think I would do is pull some more twigs. I wish I had do I have a rigger in here? Even my favorite little brush thing that's in a little kit, not a kit, I even left those outside because I thought, oh, I'm gonna come back out here. I'm just gonna try this. Ooh, that's really, let's see how it does. Looks pretty good. Heavy breathing from the dog. Let's get a darker brown here, burnt umber. And we'll even darken that some more. I hear you, dog. I really, really do. And this is going to be just kind of pulling it all together. Behind and front. Remember when I said I need to make sure I stop when I should stop? I may have passed that point, but I'm going with it. I like the little twiggy things. Okay. Just here and there, because otherwise these places where there's pencil showing, there should be something there. close to being done with this, I promise. Looks like a snail. Oh, can I salvage that? Yes. And then balance it here. All right, once we get this brown in here, it's darker twig kind of color, then, you know, you can think about what you would put in the very, very center. Sometimes just, I have my calligraphy pens and that type of thing, but I haven't used them in so long. So I'll have to practice a whole bunch on a piece of just scrap paper or something before I will put it in the middle of this. But I can just see already in my mind's eye where I would just put, you know, joy or something nice in there, you know, to kind of give it a nice vibe. Or just, you can just leave it blank if you want to. I mean, you know, it's a personal thing, just like most art. No, all art, it's a very personal thing. Okay, I'm gonna stop because if I don't, I will keep going. All right. This does have perforation, so you are able to take that out if you decide you want to. But I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And if you decide that you want to do more of these, let me know in the comments, and we certainly can. I think they're fun, they're relaxing, and you can be so creative with it. Okay? Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon,